When I'm taking board games on holiday, I have 3 rules. Rule 1, they have to be small enough to fit into a small bag, so I can take them to the beach or pull them out at a bar. Rule 2, you can play them anywhere, on a small table by the pool or on a blanket at the park without getting blown away by the wind. And rule 3, that I don't need to be drunk on sunshine, culture, or pina coladas to enjoy them. That they're fun enough that I would play them at home. You stick the word travel in front of something and it makes it basically useless. Pillow, towel, lodge. These aren't great travel games. They're great games you can travel with. If you're like me, you enjoy sitting by the pool, soaking up some shade, getting lost in the gruesome details of a grisly murder. I really should stop looking up my hotel on TripAdvisor after I've got there. I love a good holiday read, and there's nothing better than a classic whodunit. But instead of letting Poirot take all the credit, you can play the sleuth in the game Sherlock Holmes Consulting Detective. Each case is a magazine you can just slip into your bag. It presents you with a crime, and it's up to you to choose which suspects and witnesses to visit, turning to the right page to see what you find there. As you take it in turns to read witness statements and autopsy reports, you'll want to take notes so you can follow up on tasty leads. To get to the bottom of it, you have to use your initiative. If the victim is wearing a mysterious necklace, you could canvass the local jewelry shops to see if they know anything. The game won't tell you what to do, which means when you finally work it out, you'll feel like proper detectives. Sunburnt detectives. You don't even need a table to play this, just a lap, and a place where you don't mind people overhearing you talk about gunshots to the chest. So next to the guy who took the last waffle at breakfast should be fine. But talking's effort. What if the only talking you want to do on holiday is to butcher the local language? I've got just the thing. The Mind is a game of practicing your telepathic skills. You're each given some numbered cards, and your collective goal is to play the numbers in the right order, but without talking. So you have to sense when to play them. You have number 37. The last card was 16. Why has no one else played anything yet? Are you next? Should you play it? Was the bartender flirting with you, or are they just Italian? And just like that, you've lost your train of thought, you waited too long, and now someone's played 54. The more you play, the more you instinctively know when to play the cards. It sounds like it shouldn't work, but it does. You look into each other's eyes, giving each other tiny signs. And if you win it, it makes you feel connected. Or maybe that's just the cocktails. The box says it's for 2, 3, or 4 players, but I've had great times playing it with 5 and 6 people as well. I've spent entire evenings playing this game over and over again. If you're playing outdoors, you can just use the box as a paperweight to stop the pile of cards from blowing away. But what about if you're on holiday in the Lake District, where it rains 200 days a year? And it rains not cats and dogs, but cows and sheep. Introducing Hive Pocket, the all-weather game. Its pieces are made from Bakelite, which was plastic for grandmas, so it's water resistant. You can take it hiking and not worry about it getting soaked. You don't need a board, you don't even need a table. You can play it in the grass or in the sand or at the bottom of a swimming pool if you want to show off. It's a 2-player strategy game. You each have your own set of insects, and the goal is to surround your opponent's queen bee on all sides and stop them from doing the same to you. It's simple to play. You either add a piece or move a piece. Each insect moves in a different way. The grasshopper jumps over a line of pieces. The beetle can crawl on top of pieces to stop them from moving. It's a game you can improve at, learning strategies with each game. And it's short, so you can play it over and over again. I almost want to be forced inside by the rain with only Hive to play so that I can explore it properly. But can you afford the 220 grams in your luggage allowance? If you think that cabin baggage and clean underwear every day is a scam, let me introduce you to the lightest, most compact game worth traveling with. It's called Second Chance, and it's pretty small, right? No, you fool, this isn't even its final form. All you need to take with you is this tiny deck of cards and a pencil and a sheet of paper each. It's a puzzle game. You flip over 2 cards and you choose one of the Tetris shapes to draw on your grid. The winner will be the player who is left with the fewest gaps, so you're trying to pack it all in as tightly as possible, being efficient with the space. great practice for repacking your bag for the flight home. It's got the same tension as Tetris, not knowing what's coming up and whether you'll be able to fit it in, and the satisfaction of getting a piece that slots in exactly how you want. If two shapes come up that you don't have space for, the game gives you a second chance. You can flip one more card. If you can fit that one in, you're still in the game. If not, you're done. You can play it with 2 to 6 people, but get them to carry their own pencils. And seeing as you've already got them, let's add another few scraps of paper, 3 dice, and double our gaming potential with Quinto. You need to trust me on Quinto. You might hear its stupid name, look at its pathetic box and grid of numbers, and tell me that 2002 called and it doesn't want Sudoku back. But it is so much fun. Every time the dice are rolled, you're desperate for something to come up. It's like playing craps at a casino, but you can decide your odds. How big of a risk do you want to take? You're after points, and you get them by completing rows on your sheet. Every turn, the dice give you a number, say 12. You have to decide where to put that 12. A number can only appear in a row once, and it must run in ascending order. To play it safe, you could put the 12 in at the end, but that means you'll only ever get 12 points for that row, which is pathetic. And it's that sort of thinking that makes you want to go big, so you put 12 further down, leaving room for a bigger number later. But higher numbers are less likely to be rolled, and if you don't finish your row, you'll get even less than that pathetic 12 you scoffed at. When it's your turn to roll the dice, you choose which colors to roll. If you only roll 1 dice, you'll get a lower number, which is good for filling in gaps, but it has to be in the row with the same color as that die. So you might end up rolling something you can't fit in and going bust that round. If you don't roll what you were hoping for, you are allowed 1 chance to re-roll the dice, but then you have to stick with it. I love it when someone gambles on a better number then ends up going bust. Every game, someone gets a lesson in flying too close to the sun. Quinto is my favorite game to travel with. It's a tiny box. You can roll the dice in the lid and play it anywhere. I take it on every holiday. Here's us playing it on the seafront in Croatia. Here's us playing it in a bar in Copenhagen. And here's us playing it on a balcony in Greece. Quinto is the toothbrush of board games. Don't go on holiday without it. Those are my favorite travel games. There are links to buy them below. And I've shared 5 more great travel games in my Patreon newsletter this month. Support the channel and get the newsletter at patreon.com/Actualol. I'm Jon Purkis. Thanks for watching.